Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch, and welcome to yet another San Martin triple unboxing. San Martin are not only the best of the AliExpress brands, but they're also amongst the most prolific of the AliExpress brands. In fact, they produce new models at such a rate that I either have to do triple unboxings like this one, or even top 10s to try and stay on top of their output. Now today I have 3 new models. I would describe them as one lookalike, one classic and one original. Or at least they refer to it as an original. You tell me, I'll leave that one to last. Let me know whether or not it reminds you of another watch perhaps that you have seen in your travels. Now, you saw the pop-up. San Martin sent me these watches. I do not have to send them back. I will therefore leave links to each of them in their store in the description of the video. Let's flip the camera and peel off some stickers. Alright, triple unboxing, 3 times the fun. Now I'm going to do the classic first, followed by the lookalike, followed by this questionable original, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. Oddly enough, there is a sale on at AliExpress at the moment. There seems to be a sale on, well, I reckon there's 3 or 4 big sales per year, plus a bunch of minor sales every month really. So if you're watching this video in a couple of weeks time when the sale has ended, don't worry, you don't have too long to wait for the next one, I promise you. What I'll do, I'll get into each of these and then I will flash up the price, because price as always helps to add context. Yeah, I did say it was a classic. That is pretty much a dead set classic Type A Flieger. They call this the SN0117, 2 versions. The one I've got, which is NH35 powered, that coming in at $150 in the sale, $40 off the regular retail price. There is a Seagull powered small second version. That one's $15 more expensive. It is a little bit slimmer according to the statistics on the listing. $150 for a Seiko powered bronze Flieger with sapphire. That seems like a pretty good deal on sale. Now, bronze watches. Bronze watches were everywhere about 4 or 5 years ago. Every second watch that I was offered for review seemed to be a bronze watch. Has the bronze age ended? Did they have their moment in the sunshine? I've still got a couple in my collection. I still think everyone should have one bronze watch in their collection. It is such a fun material to watch it change and patina with time, and this is proper CUSN8 marine grade bronze as opposed to the aluminium bronze, which never ages as well. Also, Fliegers, really interesting in terms of size. I think Fliegers, the size, the diameter dimension of a Flieger is more critical than the diameter dimension of a diver or a dress watch or anything else. I'm a bit of a Goldilocks. I still have yet to find my sweet spot with a Flieger. Perhaps this one will do the job for me. And this one is actually a really nice size, 41mm in diameter, but with 22mm lug width. Now, thickness in this NH35 powered version is 11.4, lug to lug is 49.2. That's actually a nice compromise. I've had 38s, I've had 40s, I've had 42s, and I've had 141 before, and that was the one that I got on best with. Flat sapphire crystal, 100 meters of water resistance from a push-pull crown, and weighed up on the supplied leather strap, 85 grams. You wouldn't actually want fancy case finishing on a Flieger or a bronze watch. The patina will soon take over and be the finish all unto itself. Decent sized pumpkin crown, it's a 6mm pumpkin crown, nice and grippy here. Completely sterile watch head though, no branding on the dial, no branding on the case back either, but there is one more sticker for us to peel. There we go. And that is a nice strap. Vintage style cross stitching, it actually tapers from 22 down to 18, and it has those sealed sides, so it should be, if not waterproof, certainly splash proof. And finally, we do have some San Martin branding on the CUSN8 buckle. And that's it on wrist. Fliegers should be big. They were designed to be legible, and the original World War II Germans pilots' watches were 55mm in diameter. Personally, I never thought I could pull off a 42, so this 41 is actually a nice size on me, and the 49 lug to lug fits just fine. I've got a 7-inch wrist, if I haven't told you that 36 times already. Flat sapphire, yeah, under 11.5 is not bad at all, considering this one is NH35 powered, and we have blue, I would say blue rather than blue, sword hour, minute, and that counterbalance on the second hand. As you expect from a Flieger, legibility is excellent, even with that photina'd colour, making the hands and the indices yellowish rather than white. It's still highly visible from most angles. Not sure if there's any AR coating under that sapphire crystal though. Right, that's watch number 1 then. Semi-sterile, classic Type A Flieger in bronze, Seiko and sapphire, under $150. That is pretty good value if there is a space in your watch box and your life for one of these. Alright, watch number 2, the obvious declared lookalike today. And it's a bit of a surprise given how many San Martins I have reviewed over the years that I haven't reviewed this one as yet. Pretty obvious once I pop the lid on this what it is or what it's trying to look like. It's a Tudor GMT, kind of Black Bay GMT-ish. However, the BB GMT is a big watch. This one I think has the 40mm case rather than the 41 of the Tudor. Let's get it out and get it measured and get that confirmed. But first, let's get it peeled. Peeled and revealed. They are so nicely finished, these San Martin watches. They are just exceptionally well made for the money that they're charging. They never seem to fully commit with a Tudor homage though. No rivet bracelet, kind of standard 3-link oyster style, and as I said, the sizing isn't quite like the original either. This is an SN0109 GMT. Two different colours are available, the black dial that I've got or a cream dial. Less than $260 US in the sale, NH34 powered, sapphire, stainless, etc, etc. That's a really good price for an NH34 powered watch of this quality. Okay, we're back, we're sized and we're set, and yeah, so nice. There's nothing else made better than a San Martin for the same money, but I guess you can put the money into the watch when you're not spending it on the design of the watch, eh? They can't seem to commit to Tudor sizing though. This one is 40mm in diameter, unlike the BB58 or the Black Bay GMT. 13.4mm thick though, so it is slimmer than the GMT anyway. 48mm lug to lug, 20 between the lugs. There's a taper down to 16, back up to 19 at the clasp. Sized up for me, 142 grams. 100 meters of water resistance, this time from a screw down crown. The sapphire is double domed with anti-reflective undercoating this time. Movement as discussed, Seiko NH34. Case finish is smooth where it needs to be, fine where it needs to be, sharp where it needs to be, but without actually being sharp. Nice little high polished chamfer on each of the 4 lugs, and San Martin unguarded branded crown. And they haven't cheaped out with the bezel either. It is a proper 24-click bi-directional bezel. A lot of watches, when they're making cheap GMTs, will just do a 120-click or a 60-click unidirectional, but no, they've gone for a proper bi-directional one here with a nice matte insert to boot. Standard 3-link oyster seems pretty off the shelf. I've seen this on a bunch of their watches, and there is quite a bit of rattle and flex actually from that first link, more than any of the other links and a little more than I would like to see, to be honest. Now this clasp I have seen before as well. It's the larger style, not particularly bulky, but it does have 4 holes of micro adjust. It is a pressed upper, milled scissor lower. The medallion logo is set into that, and it has high polished chamfered edges and 2 decent sized pushers. Overall, it's a nice bracelet, but yeah, there's a little bit too much rattle from that first end link. On wrist, it does look pretty sensational though. It does not look like a $250 watch. And I must say 40mm is a bit of a sweet spot for most people, 40-20, so I'm quite glad they didn't go for the slightly larger 41 with the slab sides of the original. Legibility, now it is excellent I would say on this black dial version, particularly as there is some AR under that double domed sapphire. If legibility is a concern for you, this is the one to go for, not the cream one I would suggest. It's just not going to be as good with silver against cream, not nearly as defined as silver against black. And there we are, a little side-by-side comparison. I happen to have this Timex Q GMT lying around. You'll be seeing it on the channel again next week in a rather spectacular multi-unboxing. I unboxed 30 watches at the same time. This is one of them. Which would you prefer? The 1-for-1 of the Tudor, or something that is more homaging the Rolex with its Mercedes hands? Both clearly having a similar look overall though, both around the same price tag, but there's a leagues between these two in terms of the fit, the finish, and how they feel in the hand materially. Alright then, watch number 3, the inverted commas original, that I don't think is particularly original at all, to be honest. I haven't reviewed any of this style of watch on the channel myself because it's a top-end watch and it's not really a style that I go for personally. Now, no prizes for guessing what it looks like, because I think it's pretty obvious what it looks like, isn't it? Alright, so I've made it a bit easier for you. I've taken the sticker off the case and I've set it to the watch reviewer's favourite time of 7 minutes past 10. Does this remind you of anything? Any famous watches spring to mind? What if I popped in this picture here of a Patek Philippe reference 5167A? Yeah, it's not an original watch at all, is it? There it is on the Patek website. This Aquanaut is around 25,000 retail. However, there it is on Chrono24, an eye-watering $87,000. That's obscene. The SN0026 is yours for the much more reasonable price of $220 US if you like the look but don't have the money for an original. Two versions are offered, either PT 5000 powered, that's the one I've got, or Sellita SW200 powered, but that one is considerably more expensive, of course. They haven't really gone all in on this one either. I would have loved to have seen it on a black fitted rubber strap just like the Patek. Similar set of dimensions to the Patek though, 38mm in diameter, 11.3mm thick with a 46.5 lug to lug, 20mm between the lugs, and as supplied on this leather strap. It is at least a soft and comfortable leather strap. It weighs in at 78 grams. Again, we have 100 meters of water resistance, again from a screw down crown. Crystal is double dome sapphire with AR coating again, and the movement, as discussed, is a PT 5000. As denoted by the P on the case back. If you're not familiar with the movement, it is a Chinese-made clone of the ETA 2824/Sellita SW200/STP 111/ every other Swiss-made 2526 jewel high beat auto, and I can't get the sticker off, please forgive me. There you go, that's what happens when you cut your nails before you make every single video. Sterile case back, nice and easy to remove though, but I wish they would do a little bit more here. If they claim this to be an original watch, if they want to start making original watches, they're going to have to start putting something other than sterile case backs on the majority of their pieces, I reckon. Once again though, I'll give them some respect for the case finish. I switched over to the macro lens so you can see that better. Nice fine brushing on the side of the case. There's some high polish, mirror polish to the upper lug surfaces, and we're back to a vertical brush for that flat surface on top there. Nicely integrated double dome sapphire, and it's an oil pressed dial finish, so you've got that texture there, you've got that kind of globe patterning, applied logo, applied indices, all nice and clean and easy to read. There is some lume here. I will show you a triple lume comparison of all three of these watches just at the end of the video. The leather strap is soft and flexible. It's got a nice kind of grain finish to the upper surface, and it is quick release, although it is also, like the case back, sterile. They have obviously got a branded buckle and tang on here, but no brand markings on the strap. Yeah, again, I think they need to work on this if they are going to become more of a brand in their own right in the years to come, rather than just making one-for-ones of famous Swiss watches. Looks good on wrist though, and nicely legible, but I would have been happier with this watch overall, I think, if they had gone for a fitted rubber strap, really gone all in on the sports watch theme rather than putting it on leather, which means you can't get it wet despite 100 meters of water resistance. Yeah, nice finish, nice dial though, and nicely legible silver hands on black dial. I don't think I have ever seen an Aquanaut in the flesh. If you have, please leave me a comment. Let me know whether you think it was worth the 25 grand asking price or the 87,000 Australian dollar grey market price. How could it possibly be? As I said, I haven't reviewed and haven't sought to review any of this style of watch on the channel before because the original design doesn't really do it for me. So why would I bother with a kind of copy? Perhaps not a one-for-one copy, but a copy nonetheless. Alright, I promised you a lume video before the final thoughts today, and here it is. Good lume on all three, but different lume on all three. C3 old radium style on the Flieger on the left, C3 on the 5167A Lookalike on the right, and BGW9 as you would expect on the BB Lookalike in the middle. They all look good initially. When I turn the speed up on these, they fade in the order you would expect them to as well. So old radium on the Flieger fades first, the C3 on the Patek-alike fades next, but the BGW9 on the BB Lookalike is the clear winner at the end of the 20 minutes. So what are my conclusions then from yet another San Martin triple unboxing? Well, I don't pick the watches. San Martin just send me whatever they've got, whatever is new. If I had been picking, I don't think I would have asked for this one. Not really my style, and I wish they had gone all in and put it on a matching fitted rubber. That would have made sense. This doesn't really make sense. It kind of falls in between the others in terms of price as well. Tudor Lookalike, if you're not completely bored with one-for-ones of expensive Swiss watches, then that thing is awesome. And a 30-second side-by-side with the Timex GMT just shows what other brands are trying to sell you for around the same price. There's just no comparison. This thing is absolutely rock solid in terms of build quality. However, the winner for me today is that Flieger. Bronze, marine grade bronze, sapphire crystal, sterile case, really nice strap, $150 and great proportions. I think 4122 is the secret sauce for me. That's the sweet spot. That's what I've been missing in my quest for the perfect Flieger. I think I've just found it, and I think it cost less than $150. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. Why not check out another 20 San Martins while you're here? I hope to see you again in the next one.